four-legged stranger washed up on the shore. Lightning struck behind him as the heavens closed their doors. The stranger stood up on his legs as his feet did hit the silt. His hind legs flew up in the air, severed from their hilt. The four-legged stranger stood there tall and proud. He didn't mind the accident, he's just glad he hadn't drowned. But as the stranger took a step, his 4 feet had collapsed. They sunk down deep into the sand, he lost them oh so fast. Now the two-legged stranger wasn't quite so strange. He looked just like the others, they looked as if the same. The others seemed to like him, they took him as their own. Gave him food and clothes to wear, they took him to their home. Carved out into maple trees where syrup's not a treat, lived these simple-minded creatures that waddled on 2 feet. Missed the generosity and the spoils he did get. The stranger soon remembered about the task which he'd been sent. He wandered off into the hills and tore off all his clothes. The whispers he heard in his head, they told him where to go. Stumbled onwards, he heard a distant yell. Where the yell had come from, the stranger couldn't tell. But as the stranger neared the noise, he noticed him a sign: Niagara Falls Convention Center, 1995. The parking lot was crowded, the people there were kind. They told the stranger everything and opened up his mind. They told him about Iculus and the Helping Friendly book, about Wilson and the lizards from which the lizards he had took. A book of all great power and knowledge of all eternity, which became a deadly weapon in the hands of Wilson's greed. To the stranger it had all made sense, though it was like nothing he had heard. The stranger had been here before, for this he was sure. As this crowd thinned out, the stranger was approached by a young man, presented to the stranger with a ticket stub in his hand. As this young man disappeared, he couldn't believe his eyes. A ticket to the Phish show, that must have been Jerry in disguise. Well, they opened up with Old Home Place, a tune he recognized. The stranger made it back home safe, much to his surprise. A lesson you could take away from this story if you must. If you take too many mushrooms, just stay on the bus.